Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Bomber game, and we have another win. We're back 10-1. Bombers back on the win column after the bye week. And boy, is it nice. We are now sweeping our season series against the Stampeders, which I believe this is our first time doing this since 1987. And boy, does it feel good to be back in the win column. You know, move on, learn from our mistakes in that last game, and move forward with that. And so it's funny because there was a pretty even first half of this game. I wasn't able to watch the full thing just as I was with family for quite a bit of it. And but I was able to get a decent amount of idea of how this game went. So this is actually my first home game I've missed in quite a bit. Our neighbors went to it as we are away currently in Northern Ontario. So I hope they enjoyed it. Although, of course, they did. Bombers won. So sadly, Brady Oliveira would go down partway throughout the game. However, Johnny Augustine would finish. He played awesome. Standout performance has got to go to McRae, who had his first touchdown with the Bombers and quite an awesome one to boot, as he even takes a pass interference, but yet doesn't matter, still makes the catch anyway. And that was just one of the impressive performances on the Bomber side of things. On the Stampeder side, Malik Henry definitely is got to be the star of the game for the Stampeders. 3 touchdown passes to him. He kind of being a little bit shaky these past few weeks. He finally gets back into that. Mayer and Caleros would both tie with 294 yards passing. However, Caleros would edge it out just a little bit with 11.3 on the average as opposed to 10.5 for Mayer. But this was really key for Calgary to get Jake Mayer in there and to keep that Bombers defense guessing. And they were able to, and they had some success with that until the Bombers eventually started to figure that out, and they eventually would pry through and pull out that victory. Now, one thing I do have to say, though, is I think the Bombers, as much as I like seeing the Bombers get ambitious at times when things are really starting to struggle, there were 2 times where Caleros gave up interceptions in the end zone because it seemed he was really trying to force a play that he really didn't need to, in which he was really just trying to get the touchdown there and now instead of making that simple 10-yard pass, 12-yard pass, whatever that is, getting the first down and just moving forward with it. But he tried to force it a few too many times, and Calgary was able to see right through that and cut that off where it stood. So I was happy, though, with the Bombers, at least that there was no quarters we got shut out. Although our second quarter was a little bit weak, only a field goal for that. But we got, I think it was 14 in the first and then 7 in the third and fourth. So it was nice to see us at least consistently get on the board in that way. I still think we need to look for a kicker. And I can't remember what NFL team it was, but I heard that they released a kicker, a Canadian kicker. Sign him. But anyways, so overall, there's not a whole lot you can complain about this game. Calgary's a tough opponent. I think that Calgary actually has a decent chance of actually surpassing BC, at least in the season now that Nathan Rourke is out. Even though there's so much more to that team in the BC Lions, there's so much to Calgary as a whole, and I think the loss of Nathan Rourke is enough to for Calgary to, if they can get a few wins together and get lucky a little bit with BC losing a game or two, they might be able to pull in that number 2 spot in the West. Although it doesn't really matter that much, it just means that they would have home field advantage for that the quarterfinal, of the playoffs there. And yeah, so Bombers would now go to 20 points on the season, 10-1 record. Stampeders at 6-4. And I'm excited to see where this goes. So yeah, it would get really down to the wire here with the Bombers, and I got a little concerned. However, the really strong last final drive, we really needed. I was really happy with the play calling here by Buck Pierce. He had us running the ball, running that clock down a little bit. Johnny Augustine was punching it through. He was playing really well. And then we finally got that first down, and that would be enough time to which we could take a knee and end out this game. But we're going to take a look at that last run by Johnny Augustine. Go, 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 go. There you go, there you go. Attaboy, Johnny. So yeah, great run by him. Sadly, I couldn't get any more footage. Like I said, I was with family for the majority of this. But overall, nothing to complain about. 31-29 victory for the Bombers, and can't wait to just continue with this and just keep winning. just keep winning. There's nothing else to it. Nick Dembski had a great game. I don't think I mentioned that before, but he played awesome. And hopefully Ellingson and hopefully some of our other guys get back, though, because I'm really excited to see what this Bombers team is going to be like once everybody's back, everyone's healthy. As it seems like at least every game we have at least one of our key players that's going to be out. So can't wait for that to happen. And yeah, so make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you guys check out CFL Central if you guys want more CFL league-wide coverage. Me and Jake cover that extensively. And I'll see you guys next time.
Can they take the lead on this drive?